Rolling tool like this, or a very small scruffy old watercolour brush. So I'm going to start with the florets in her hair. Again, when I put this on, it's going to be quite squiggly, a little bit random. We're not doing any well-defined flowers here, we're just suggesting a mass of frothy flower decorations in her hair. Okay. Let's warm up. The outline. You can choose to mask out the entire insides of these flower shapes, or you can just do their outlines. It's up to you. This is a warm-up, it hasn't got to be exact. Quite like that as it is. The blue and white effect's quite nice, isn't it? Reminds me of the willow pattern. So I'm just going to leave that dry now. So the colours we're going to use now are going to be aureolin, Pervinone orange, quinacridone rose, alizarin crimson and manganese blue. Those are all the colours we're going to use for this warm-up tutorial, and again, if you haven't got the exact colours, just do the best with the colours that you've got. I'm going to start off with a size 10 round brush. It's a synthetic brush, and I'm going to pick I make a nice big puddle of aureolin. It's got plenty of it to go on quickly. Then I'm going to pick up a puddle and make a Pervinone orange. This is a staining colour, by the way, Pervinone orange. It stains a lot. And then I'm going to rinse my brush a bit so I don't contaminate the quinacridone rose. So let's have a puddle of quinacridone rose. Okay, so I'd say these are pigmented washes, just on the border between a pigmented mix and a pigmented wash. You can see by looking at them and by tilting your palette just how far they run or how viscous they are. They're not very, very runny, but they're also not so gooey that they don't move at all. So let's just start off with the palest colour first, as we usually do in watercolour. Let's get the yellow in there. Beautiful fresh aureolin yellow. Oh, it's not so strident. And now let's go in and do the same with the Pervinone orange. Again, I'm trying to do this sort of patchy. Just paint the whole hair area and brush it up into that garland of flowers in her hair. One thing I'd like to paint now is this sort of red wrap or a belt. I'll paint that now. Cut in around the sleeve, and make sure you do cut over the top of the sleeve, because that sort of helps us see what she's wearing and where her arm is and things like that. Quinacridone rose, a little bit more dilute than we've used so far, so I'm adding some more water to it. And I just want to paint that all over. It's lovely, isn't it, seeing it going on like that? Just paint it all over. Maybe a little bit smudgy in places. I'm going to paint that foam pink as well, because I want that to blend in, you know. I don't want it to be too eye-catching, because this isn't about the phone. This is about this gorgeous kimono and the hairdress and everything, so I just want to get some colour on that phone. Geisha's face, and it's in black and white, so we can just concentrate on where things are sunlit. As you can see, there's some sunlit areas there on the tip of her nose, a little bit on the left hand side, then it goes into shadow, then a little bit on the cheek, and the eye sockets are both in shadow on the side of the nose, etc. And there's shadow right along the hairline and into the ear as well. Okay, so you want to be aware of those lights and shaded areas. They're very delicate in this face, of course, because she's got white on her face, so we'll be bearing that in mind when we paint this face now. So print that image off so you've got it to hand. Put the eyebrows in. I'm going to make the eyes quite filled with this colour, because in reality they are, you know, very blackened, aren't they? There's not a lot, you can't see a lot within the eyes themselves. And that's about it for our warm-up. Okay.